Hey guys, welcome to Rad's Gaming. I'm your host Rad the Reptile, and today we will be starting a new Let's Play for Godus. What is Godus? Godus is the... Hello. Godus is a god game essentially, where you are a god and you control your people and help guide them to great things. Now, unlike Black and White, which I'm sure many people know if you think god game, you have a far more indirect control. In other words, in Black and White, you could like pick a guy up, throw him around, send your creature, gather food. In Godus, it's more indirect. It's more sculpt the land and do stuff like that, and set up the land so they can build homes. But you'll see as we do it. You do get greater powers later on where you can like actually like drop meteors on them and stuff, but for much of the early game, it's less involved. So, WASD control, Shift A or Shift D to spin. Zoom in, zoom outs on the mouse, and it's pretty much click game. If you like clicking on stuff, this is your game. So let's start. We'll click on our guys to make them happy. Let's harvest the rock and the trees for them. And that put them in a pretty good mood. And now we get a follower card. Your followers have moved from the wilderness and have started to believe in a higher power. Cards, you unlock abilities and eras, pretty much. So here's our scrapbook. It's where we're going to put all the cards and stuff like that. And there's different periods, kind of like Civ. In fact, that's how they described it. It's like Civ, where your people move through different eras and different ages as you progress. So here's our card. We have a couple believers, and our powers are based on how many believers we have. So right now, we have 2 believers, so we're God level 1. When we get to 3, we'll have a new God level. So let's get our people to move in, because I keep collecting stuff. Can't quite collect that yet. And our range will increase as we level up too. Right now, let's just watch our guys build. And as you can see, very indirect involvement. So they've built a house. So I can interact with that. Didn't look like it was on my screen to interact with. Whatevs. And there we go. So I got a new level up, so let's check it. As more followers believe in you, your influence will grow across the land. So I've gotten more followers, so now my influence will grow. Let's collect that in our book. And now you can see there's more I can interact with. So I'll break that down. Let's get these guys out. Big thing that will happen. You'll want to click people out all game long. You'll be like, oh, they're in the house, let's click them out. Don't. It will exhaust your people and they'll die. Only click them out when you have something for them to do. So right now, we've got squares. These squares are where they can build houses. So there's something for him to do, so I'm going to send him out to do that stuff. Each square can take a house. Making bigger squares permits for bigger houses. And the goal is to grow your land and make it bigger. So what can you do as a god? Well, as a god, you can move the land. And you have god points. It costs god points to move it back or move it in. And as you shape the land, you can give them more build sites. Right now I'm not doing much because it's very early and I have a limited area to mess with. But let's say I wanted a house here. I could back this up, and then back this up. And hopefully, I guess I can't quite back it up enough yet, can I? Not quite enough yet. The square isn't big enough. But as I go, I'll be able to... There we go. See, I backed it up enough. Now they can put a square there. The little bubbles are faith that you can collect. Your points here, it's your resource, it's what you use. If you're running with the heartbeats 4, it means you're about to level up. So, hello people. Can someone build a house, please? Pretty please? Build a house? Anyone? Where's everybody? The game is in beta, so bugs can occur, but I've never seen anything like this before. There we go.
Yo.
Oh, the beeping must mean that they're making new followers, I guess. Well, anyway. Leveled up, more influence over more places, and there we go. More land to interact with, and now it actually becomes a game. Mess with stuff, pull it down, push it up. One complaint I do have, everything is mouse click, which for starters wears away at your hand. But even past that, the biggest problem I have when you're clicking on things to do stuff, you can make misclicks. And misclicks in this game are a big deal. There is a multiplayer in this game, and misclicks can ruin you. It's very much how quickly can you click type of game, but
Okay.
misclicks can ruin you. And in this game, there's so many misclicks to be had for so many different things. Like, for example, let's say I'm trying to interact with this person, and I misclick, and I click here. Oh, I don't have the power yet. Well, there's a power that lets you grow stuff by double-clicking. So, when I get that, you'll see. But you double-click and it moves the land out. And if I were to misclick over here, this land would come in and boom, the house gets crushed. And now I have to rebuild the house.
Yeah.
And I lost God points spending to make that building I didn't want to make. Alright. So followers are working on making homes. When they're in the homes, they make new people. And you really want to leave them in there unless there's stuff for them to do, like all this. Let's send him out. There's stuff for him to build.
Okay.
Let's check it. Double clicking, here we go. We'll push the land. So right click, pull it out, left click, move it in. So let's say I want to click on this guy for whatever reason, but I misclick and I click over here instead. The land goes out. If it goes out too much, oh look, now I can't build there, and if that was a house, it'd be gone. So it's little things like that that may not seem that big, but they can kind of ruin your game experience. Let's get rid of this. Make more houses. Let's get these people working. And as they're out, you need to click on them to keep them happy or they die. I don't know why. Just the way it works. There we go, we can build a new house over there. And let's pull this back so we can build a house over here. And that's, as you can see, it's very indirect what I'm doing. I'm not actually, like in black and white, picking this guy up and saying, you're a farmer, go build a farm. It's much more indirect. It's, I made you space, you can now build a house. Get building when you're ready. But it's still very much a God game, and you're still very much impacting it all. Now you might be saying, oh, this looks lame. You don't have that much power. Obviously, as you get more followers, you get powers. So here are the powers. Make totems, make a settlement, statues. What does champion do? Look here, let's look at champion. Knight any follower to turn them into fighters. Finger of God. Squish things. So, you know, there are interactive powers, but it's much later on. You start off weaker. So now we can build larger houses. If I get silk. How do you collect silk, though? Well, click on a chest. It has stuff, and oh look, it has felt, not silk, my bad. So now we know how to build large houses. Large houses fit more people. And therefore can help get me more belief. So let's start gathering up resources. And as you can see, when you make a big enough square, it'll let you put down a large house. Pretty simple and straightforward. So let's try and extend this square so I can put down a large house. Can't quite, can I? There we go. See, so now that'll be a large house instead of a regular size house.
Yeah.
Make sure you click your followers. Again, it gives them motivation so that they don't die. And it is a God game, you know, you are a God, you are interacting, it's just a different type of interaction. If you're expecting to be, you know, picking up people and flinging them like black and white, you gotta get there, it doesn't start you at that level. So got more followers, more influence, let's grab this chest. See, there I have a little visual bug that is covered by black, but it's not a big deal. It's in beta, and they'll clean this up. There we go, that's a perfect example if you notice that. Trying to click on the tree and I accidentally clicked next to the land, so I used up resources. Is it a huge deal? No. Is it nonetheless annoying? Yes. It is annoying. I don't like using things that I don't have to. There you go, we can get some more houses, so let's get our people out working.
Yeah.
Click on them as they come out, and Welcome to Godus, the God King. More lumber. Almost got enough to make my new building.
Yep.
Get you out and click on you to keep you guys happy. And continue stretching the land. So right now I have 24 followers, but it'll increase as I play. Again, it looks slow. Trust me, the followers build up quick.
Yeah.
And you start having a lot going on. Stretch this out. I'm running low on resources, so can't even afford to pull these people out.
Yeah.
Because that costs resources. Let's try and stretch this so that, nope, don't have enough. I would like to make this a bigger house instead of one of the smaller ones.
Yep.
So here we go, we got people out doing people stuff. And I've got it. So I can now make a construction. Yay. And I have some lumber to put into it. Still need some more lumber and felt, but I'm getting there. Let's collect. You might be thinking, boy, isn't that annoying to click on the houses to collect? It is, but as you get bigger, you'll eventually be able to make centers where everything gets gathered to. Here we go, bigger house. So don't think that it's always going to be this click every single house. It's not. A lot of people are complaining that there's too much mouse clicking. It gets fixed as you level up.
Yeah.
Yo.
Let's just keep our people building and happy.
Yeah.
What I would like is I think they do need to change the clicks a little bit. I personally think shift clicking should be to mess with land, and regular clicking should be to like interact with things. So that way you don't accidentally, if there's like a follower here, and you're like, oh hey, I want to click on this follower, and whoops, I took out the land. That's not what I wanted to do. Now I have to pay double to bring it back. You know, it would solve that problem.
Yeah.
It's a suggestion I'm going to put in. See, like there. Whoops, I accidentally clicked on the wrong spot. I just lost the house and it has to be rebuilt. Why? Because I clicked to gather from it, but it moved the land back, because that's also on click. And it just makes for little issues. But again, if that was shift click to move things, it wouldn't be a problem, because I would just shift click, and so nothing would be affected. It would be like, no, we don't want to move land. You shift clicked to move land. Hopefully they'll make that change. I could especially see this in multiplayer, where you have to like rapid click to beat people. People getting furious that they lost the match, not because they got outplayed, but because they misclicked somewhere. You can't have misclicks be the skill definer. This is obviously a game where the quicker you go, the better it'll be, like StarCraft. And you can't have someone lose a StarCraft match because they tried to click on a unit, and clicking on them twice means the unit gets destroyed, clicking on them once means you select it, and somebody lost the match because you destroyed all his units because of that double click thing. You know that? He fell. That can't be it. Again, hopefully they'll do that. It's a simple bind. Just make shift click be interact with land, and regular click be interact with other stuff, and it'd be set. Actually, I'm going to keep followers in the houses now that there's not that much else to do. Got more influence, which is good. And I'm going to stop taking them out, because there aren't that many things to build, and if they're out of house, they can die. They get tired, and they die. The game doesn't really explain that to you, so of course I spent just built that didn't want to, but hey, it's out now. Trying to click on the tree. I ended up clicking on the land and did something I wasn't looking to do. I'm gonna keep my guys in houses so they don't get exhausted and die, because there's not much to build. Now there's something to build so they can stay out. The rest of them can chill. See, this guy's sitting. If I leave him, he'll die. So you gotta click him. But you don't want to have to click too much, so leave them home, and you don't have to worry about it. They're safe at home. So let's keep... Yep, don't have enough. I learned this the first time I played, having hundreds of people running around. And all of them dying and being like, I can't click on all of these. So especially in the early part, you should have a lot of houses with people not really doing anything. And that's a good thing. You may think it's bad. No, it's a good thing. It means they're all safe. So like, this guy, I'm going to send him out, make him happier, and he can build there. This guy, send him out, make him happy, he can build there. That's all I need. If I send out the rest, they're gonna get exhausted and die. And I'm gonna get frustrated. Nobody wins. Really? That's not enough space? There we go. So my range is further, and I can now make a totem. What's a totem do? Well, a totem, which I will place right here. Essentially, when it's active, everyone will gather to it, which makes them easier to click on. They just run to the totem, and here I am. Oh, this person's tired? Click. Now you're not tired. I think that's all it does, right? Let me see something. I know that deactivates. That's move totem. Far to reach the totem and react to its location. Click to place it anywhere on the land. So yeah, they just travel to it. Okay, so I'm going to deactivate it and let them continue. And now we can interact a little bit. So as you can see, there's a chest, but I can't reach it, so get rid of the land. And now I can click it. And I got some felt. Now I'll bring the land back. And extend it so my people can live. And now we have a big house that they can make. I'll have you make that big house while this one and this one get more motivation. So really the big thing is you want to go quick. Obviously at the start, but you don't want to go so quick that you overwhelm yourself. It's a balance. If you can get that fine point where your city's growing, because again, it doesn't explain it. You would think like, hey, click these flags, let's get everyone out. No. Only use what you need. So one place to build, one person building. Everything's happy. I'm having no trouble, not worried about anything. Life is good. Don't have enough. Anyone gonna give me some faith? Anyone? Please? Thanks, guys. Now this should be enough. Nope, not quite. Need some more. There we go. Now I can build a big house. You're in charge of it. You go relax. And there you have it, folks. That's a really quick intro to what Godus is and what you do in it. I find it fun. Again, if you're looking for black and white and to throw stuff around, it's not that game. But if you're looking for a game where Well, I mean, I shouldn't say it's not that game. Early on, it's not that game. As I'm going to keep the series going, and as you see, we'll get to a point where I've got a ton of stuff to do. But anyway, this is Rad the Reptile with a quick intro to Godus. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time when we will